Hello, and welcome to this quarter's Pro Power Hour Innovation Showcase. My name is Kelly Gurr, and I am a Senior Product Marketing Manager here at Intuit QuickBooks. It's great to have you join us today, and before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, and to pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. In today's Pro Power Hour, it's all about what's new and a little bit about what's coming, and boy, is it going to be a doozy. Before we get started, let me take you through some housekeeping. Today's event is being recorded, so we'll be providing everyone who registered with a copy via email. So watch out for an email in your inbox so you can review any of the content shared today, or you can share it with other team members. Now, as we have so many people on the call today, we've had to put you all on mute. However, we will be answering questions as we go. So if you have any for one of us, enter it in the Q&A panel on the right-hand side of your screen, and we'll aim to answer as many questions as we can. When it gets to demo time, to see the screen better, we recommend you click the Maximize icon in the top right of the media player, and you can return to the player to its normal size later by clicking Reduce Size. And if you do maximize your video player screen, the Q&A panel will disappear. So if you need to ask a question, just hit the Q&A icon at the bottom of your screen and it'll pop back up for you. It's the one with the person with the speech bubble. And if you get super excited and click on too many buttons and you just want to get back to viewing the presentation, don't worry, just hit the play button at the bottom of your screen and it'll pop straight back up for you. If you're having technical difficulties with not being able to see or hear the presentation, we suggest restarting your device, refreshing your browser, or trying a different device. Again, you'll receive the recording of the session, so while it's not as good as the live thing, no need to panic, you won't miss out. You can also hit the help icon, which is the one with the question mark at the bottom of your screen, to launch our troubleshooting guide, which has answers to other frequently asked questions about any issues you might be having. So now that's the housekeeping out of the way and on to today's session. Here's a list of all your presenters today. As I mentioned, my name is Kelly and I'll be your host for the day. We'll be kicking off the innovation updates with Hamilton Jones, product manager for international platform all the way from Toronto. And he'll be taking you through what is arguably the biggest update you've seen so far this year. And then you'll hear more from me and my colleagues, Ben Mills and Megan Wood. So we've recently made some exciting announcements about the latest innovations coming to QuickBooks. Today's agenda will largely follow those announcements and dive deeper into what these updates mean for you and your practice. Here's what we'll cover. QuickBooks on the Intuit platform. We're transforming QuickBooks into a smarter, more connected platform to save time and streamline workflows. We'll also look at the customer relationship management, so how our new CRM tools help grow customer relationships, boost satisfaction, and drive revenue. We'll look at modern view reports, see how improved reporting saves time and delivers insights to help you and your clients make smarter decisions. We've got some bank feeds enhancements, so you'll be able to discover smarter connections that make managing financial data faster and more accurate, and open banking. So learn about the upcoming rollout in Australia and how it empowers real-time visibility and secure data connections. These innovations lay the foundations for what's next in QuickBooks. So by the end of this session, you'll have a clear understanding of how these changes can help you and your clients run smarter every day. So let's kick off with the most exciting innovation. For accountants and small business owners, managing a business can mean juggling multiple tools and workflows. It's a constant balancing act between staying organised, keeping up with admin, and delivering value to clients, which is why QuickBooks is evolving. We're making it smarter, more connected, and easier to use, built on the Intuit platform. This transformational shift begins with the rollout of a redesigned user interface. It's the foundation for everything that's to come, making workflows simpler today while paving the way for the future innovations like automation and AI-powered tools. The updates we're discussing today aim to save time, improve your workflows, and create greater efficiency for you and your clients. Let's dive deeper into the redesigned QuickBooks Online experience and what it means for you. The refreshed interface is designed to save you time and help you work smarter. It makes the tools you rely on easier to find and faster to use, putting efficiency and simplicity at the heart of your daily workflows. With smarter design, streamlined navigation, connected tools, and enhanced search, this new layout ensures everything you need is right where you expect it to be. And while the look has evolved, the fundamentals you know and trust, like your workflows and tools, remain the same. But there's more to this shift than just a fresh design. Built on the Intuit platform, this new QuickBooks experience isn't just about solving today's challenges, it's laying the foundations for groundbreaking innovations coming soon, such as AI agents that automate repetitive tasks and help you stay ahead. Now let's hand over to Hamilton so he can take us through a walkthrough of the product. Thanks, Hamilton.
Hello, and welcome to an overview of the new UI that's coming to QuickBooks. I'm going to take you through what's changed, what's the same, and kind of orient us on the change and what's coming in the near future, and then what's coming later this year. So this is a client's view of their books, although very similar to the view that an accountant will see in their client's books as well. But I'm going to kind of talk through what's changed here on the left-hand side and across the top. So this is the new dashboard where you'll first land when you come into the platform. You kind of see the business at a glance section down here is the same as you're used to today. The same widgets around things like bank accounts, P&L, expenses, invoices, etc. And this is customizable just as it is today to be able to resize, add, remove widgets depending on your preferences. Across the left-hand side, you can see things look a little bit different. Today, we're used to kind of the dark gray pullout that has maybe 15 items in it. This is kind of a condensed, restructured view of that, based on what we know are the key tasks and jobs that customers are trying to get done inside of the platform. So I'll go down these one by one. Our create action has moved kind of front and center here on the top left with the same create functions that you're used to today. Bookmarks sits underneath, so any page continues to be able to be bookmarked inside the platform. Worth noting, switching on to or off of the new UI maintains your bookmarks, so you won't lose bookmarks when you switch in and out of the UI. Underneath, we have the dashboard, which is the home page where we've landed here. Underneath is new functionality called the feed. I'll talk a little about this at the end, but this comes with AI functionality that's coming later in the year in November. And then we have reports and my apps. So we've kind of split things up into consolidating reports into one kind of single threaded view here across all of your reports. And then underneath, my apps represents the remainder of the functionality inside of the platform. You'll see that the apps here, accounting, expenses, sales and get paid, customer hub, etc., also feature across the top here in this kind of carousel view that we have. I'll talk to each of these briefly, but before I do that, we'll just run across the top as well. So company name, top here, in the top left up here, and then our search is kind of pulled out front and center in the middle at the top here. And then on the top right-hand side, we have a couple of different icons here. So we have the checklist as the first icon here, and this is both tasks as well as setup checklists for first-time users, which has moved out of the widget and kind of up to sit alongside tasks. We have workflow, integrations. So integrations reflects what was previously find apps in the left-hand side, where you could add third-party apps like Dext. That now moves up here into integrations. We have notifications, settings, the Help Center knowledge base, and then the Intuit account here to sign in and sign out. So if I move over to my apps on the left-hand side, this is a revised view of how we're thinking about the functionality inside of QuickBooks, but broken down more specifically by kind of hero jobs that we know people are trying to get done in the platform. What's really important to point out here is that the functionality here that sits underneath any of these, so if I look into accounting, we see things like bank transactions, integration transactions, receipts, chart of accounts. This is the same functionality that you are used to using and seeing today. And so if I go into bank transactions, you'll see this page looks very familiar because this is exactly the same as a functionality that you have today. So if I bump between any of these pages, everything here is kind of the same look and feel once we get to the right-hand side of this tray. This tray is also kind of fully collapsible to give you a bit more space to get your work done. So while there's kind of new categorization here, and a new way of navigating, and kind of conceptual informational architecture, the actual functionality itself remains the same. So there is not work to be done to relearn how to complete your core tasks inside of the platform. So under here, we have accounting as our first application, and then we have expenses and bills. We have sales and get paid. We have the customer hub, and I'll talk about this in a little bit more depth. But this is a lot of this is net new functionality around CRM that's coming to the platform. We have team that allows you to manage your team members. We have our projects functionality, inventory functionality, GST, sales tax functionality, the payroll attached product, and the time attached product. And then underneath, you'll see marketing. So, as you're aware, we're kind of bringing together both QuickBooks and MailChimp. So, you'll start to see marketing appear here as a paid for attached product inside of the platform. As we continue to build on the platform, we'll see marketing integration from MailChimp more tightly inside of the platform. But from later this month, as we start to roll this out, we'll at least allow people to go into MailChimp and purchase directly from QuickBooks. You'll notice that marketing has a slightly different look and feel here versus the other applications above it. And so this is how we're treating attached products inside of the platform. So as you're aware, payroll is one of our attached products today. This is a view of an account that has already attached payroll. Were it not attached, you would see payroll beneath this line here, similarly with the gem icon next to it to indicate that it was additional paid for functionality. If I go back into the dashboard quickly across the carousel on the top, if I move to the right, you'll see again a slightly different visual treatment for an attached product that's not yet been purchased. So dotted lines around the edge with a gem icon. Once a purchase has been made, it follows a similar look and feel to the other applications like payroll does over here. The other pieces that we're expanding on are our Customer Hub or CRM functionality. You will have seen some of the new functionality we've already launched in Australia around lead management and reviews and surveys. We're going to be expanding that later in the year around proposals and contracts, and also building an appointment functionality as well. So you can expect to see some of that come later this year in November. Across the top here, if we hover over the settings here, the little gear icon, you'll see that there's also this option to switch back to the previous look and feel of QuickBooks. So this will be available for both you as an accountant inside of your client's books, as well as the admin of the QBO themselves will see the option to be able to switch in and out. Choosing this brings you back to kind of the old UI, and then there's a similar setting in the old UI to bring you back into the new one. There is no limit on how many times you can switch between the new and old UI. It'll be available through until at least the end of this year to be able to do that. And there is no change or nothing happening in behind the scenes to your data. So switching between the UI is really just kind of a visual look and feel change. All of your data remains the same. All of your integrations remains the same. There are no migrations or movement of data, so you can feel very confident moving in and out. So there's a real opportunity for both you and your clients to kind of get a bit more comfortable and familiar with this new look and feel. You'll also see the feed on the left-hand side. So whilst this won't be here at the end of this month when we start to roll out this new UI, this will start to come towards the end of the year in November as we start to release some of the agentic functionality inside the platform that allows you and your clients to get work done more quickly by front-loading some of the work inside of the platform and making intelligent recommendations and suggestions on changes and things that you can do inside of the platform to improve workflows. So that's a really quick overview of the new UI. I think the big call out here really is that this sets the foundation for where we're moving to as a platform, as we start to integrate more MailChimp and marketing functionality, as we build on the CRM functionality, as we look to bring in AI and agentic functionality. This kind of new structure and look and feel helps us continue to build on that to really serve our customers from lead to cash in not just a cleaner look and feel, but in kind of a valuable way that's really centered around the jobs that we know that people are trying to get done in order to help them manage their business more seamlessly and more quickly. So, thank you very much for listening and have a great day, everyone.
Thanks for that demo, Hamilton. From here, what do you need to do? Please keep an eye out for communication regarding the new QuickBooks experience. You can also view the latest updates within the QuickBooks Online content in the Advisor Resource Centre. You'll be the first to receive any updates on the rollout, and then your clients will receive updates shortly afterwards. So discuss the new QuickBooks experience with your clients and switch over to start getting used to the new layout before we introduce new automation and AI features later this year. And then moving over to customers and leads. So as advisors, you play a key role in helping your clients succeed and grow their businesses. The new features in customers and leads in QuickBooks Online is designed to empower your clients to better manage customer relationships, track leads, automate marketing, and drive growth, all with less effort. So let's explore how these tools can help your clients be more efficient and successful. The new customer and lead section equips your clients with the tools they need to better manage relationships, improve visibility, and accelerate growth, all while saving time and staying organised. With the overview dashboard, your clients can view overdue invoices, open estimates, work requests, referrals, and more, all in one dashboard designed to keep them organised and on track. With the customer section, your clients can centralise customer profiles, tasks, and more, and automated reminders can make follow-ups effortless, ensuring lasting relationships and repeat business. In the lead section, the lead management tools, your clients can track opportunities by stage, assign value, and convert prospects to customers all in one central system. With the marketing, QuickBooks MailChimp integration enables your clients to create targeted campaigns, automate outreach, and retarget existing customers, saving time and driving results. And then new reviews, your clients can request testimonials and collect referrals from satisfied customers, turning positive feedback into new business opportunities. Now let's see these features in action. Within QuickBooks Online, the Customer and Leads tab has had a few new updates, providing a powerful new way to manage customer relationships, track leads, and drive growth. Let's start with the customer dashboard. This is the go-to place for a quick snapshot of business relationships. From here, you can quickly view the status of leads in one place. Open leads, open quotes, which is also reflected below in estimates, in progress projects, unpaid invoices, which again is also reflected in more detail below, and customer reviews. Now you can see we have some new sections for work requests, referrals, and reviews and testimonials. If we select the Manage Survey settings, we're taken to settings to enable this feedback method. Our new work request feature gives customers the ability to let you know when they'd like to work with you again. It's a simple way to generate repeat business with minimal effort. If we go to review, feedback and testimonial, you can take charge of your reputation with customers being able to rate how likely they are to recommend your business and provide valuable feedback to help you improve. And then asking for a referral. So let happy customers recommend your business to potential new clients. If they've given you a glowing review, they'll be prompted to then share a referral. If we go back to the dashboard, you can see we have some active work requests, some referrals and review and testimonials in our files. The work requests and referrals are reflected in open leads in the funnel, and the reviews are also reflected in the funnel. And then you'll see we have a new section for tasks. For those of you who are used to seeing tasks within QuickBooks Online Advanced and QuickBooks Online Accountant, you'd be used to tracking tasks, and this is the same functionality assigned to the customer area, which is a good segue into the Updated Customers tab to streamline everyday tasks. Here we have centralized all information and interactions into one location, with new features like the activity feed to show survey results, tasks, as we referred to previously, and notes. You'll have everything you need to stay organised and proactively nurture your relationships. And finally, in opportunities, you can track new leads, categorise them as hot, warm or cold, and move them easily into your customer list once a deal is closed. The next new tool is lead management, currently in beta. It allows you to track new referral leads and existing customer opportunities all in one place. For example, here we can see the customer opportunity we were looking at previously with Bob Burkett, and we can also see the referral that Bob sent through previously. Once a lead is marked as converted, their details are automatically converted to a customer profile for continued relationship management. Next, we have marketing. With QuickBooks Online, your clients can now integrate a MailChimp subscription to streamline marketing efforts. Some of the great features of this new integration include automatically import customer data from QuickBooks into MailChimp, eliminating manual entry and saving time, build detailed customer profiles with timeline activities like campaign engagement, transaction history, and total revenue, and use purchase data and segmentation tools to easily retarget existing customers and create targeted campaigns. And then finally, the Reviews tab shows an overview of all reviews. Customers can rate your service on a 5-star scale. If they rate your service below 4 stars, they can tell you how to improve next time. And if they rate your service at 4 stars or above, they can share a brief testimonial about their experience and advise if they will recommend you to anyone else. No one else can see this information. It's for your purposes only, to improve your customer satisfaction or to promote quotes on your website or social media. And that's the new customer and lead section. These new features are available now for your clients within QuickBooks Online. You can view your clients' work requests and referrals on the dashboard via QuickBooks Online Accountant dashboard. We recommend you familiarise yourself with the new functionality so you can guide your clients in using these tools effectively. Consider which of your clients would see the greatest impact from these features, especially those juggling customer relationships, sales pipelines, and marketing efforts. and help your clients get started with the new features by explaining how to use tools like work requests, referrals, lead tracking, and marketing automation. This helps position you as their trusted advisor in leveraging QuickBooks to its full potential. And that's it for customer and leads for now. As Hamilton showed earlier, there are more exciting updates coming shortly.
Thanks for the warm introduction earlier, Kelly. So my name's Ben. I'm part of the APAC product marketing team, and I'm here to give you a quick update on all things Modern View reports. As we do with all our projects, we outline an ideal state. And the ideal state for this project is that when Classic View reporting is eventually turned off, you don't even notice. You don't notice this because you're not only familiar with a comfortable view, you're comfortable using Modern View, and you're really loving the additional customization functionality that's available. We know we're not there yet. So to help us get on that path, we're going to have a quick look around Modern View reporting, go through some of that kind of key customization functionality, as well as sharing some of the improvements that we're making to improve the usability of Modern View. So quick recap, when we look at the upgrade process to move from Classic to Modern View, the report is being rolled out in 4 phases. 3 about main reports available, where you'll see more reports open in Modern View by default, but you can still switch back. And the 3rd phase, which is where we're at today, most reports, including key reports like your profit and loss, will now open in Modern View. You can still switch back to Classic View. Not only that, if you prefer to use Classic View for those key reports, this preference is now kept for 30 days. In the 4th and final phase, this is where we begin to sunset Classic View. And this will happen in a phased way. It will most likely start with non-financial reports first, followed by financial reports. We'll then make sure any custom reports you've created will be made available in Modern View. And this includes advanced functionality like reporting schedules, reporting groups, and favorite settings. In terms of timing for phase 4, currently, this looks like coming in the next few months. Again, we will keep you posted as we get closer to moving to this phase. As a quick refresh, let's have a look at some of the fundamentals of to my colleague Megan for this.
So here we are in QuickBooks Online Advanced in Oasis Landscaping and Design. And we can see we've got a few extra options here being in the advanced file, but we're going to jump straight into the reports area by selecting reports. And our standard reports are displayed for us. So we can see a whole range of reports in different categories here. If we scroll to the top, we've got our favourites here that we've marked by the little star. And you can see on the transaction without GST report, this little icon suggests it's going to be launched in Modern View when you open the report. So we're going to go straight into this report so we can see what it looks like in Modern View. And we can see this is the Modern View report. I'm going to take you straight though into the Classic View report so we can see the difference. So in this case, here's our GST report, but I'm going to select a different period. And so we'll select this year, this financial year to date. And you can see I have to hit Run Report to refresh the data in this particular report. So we've done that, and there's my report. Now over to the right here, we've got a couple of other options. In case you're not familiar with them, we've got a customize area where we can customize our rows and columns. We've got filters that we can apply, and we can also update our headers and footers. So that is Classic reports. We're going to jump back into Modern View reports now. And what I want to show you is if I go and change the view, the reporting period, so I'm going to select a custom date. So here I'll just pop in a date. We can see the report automatically updates. So that's a great little time saver for you. So let's go back to our financial year to date option, and we can see we've got some options here. So we're going to go over to the columns. We can see there's 8 columns being displayed already, and these are the 8 columns that have got the green tick. And if we were to scroll down, there's a whole range of other fields that we can, or columns we can add into the report. So what I'm going to do now is remove a number of these columns. So I'll just adjust a few of those. And then what I'm going to do is come down to my available columns and select created user. And so going back up to my columns, I'm actually going to move that column to the top of the report, and you can see the report is automatically updated dynamically. I can now sort that from highest to lowest. So we have got that. And then what I'm going to do now is pop a little note on this particular report. So I'll add some context here. This is for my team members so they can review and correct any of these transactions. And from there, I'm able to even email that report to my team member as well. So I'll send that off to Rachel and she can sort that one out.
Thanks, Megan. As you can see, the design of Modern View is not only cleaner, it's also generally easier to customize your standard reports. Next, we're going to look at the custom reports function. We'll look at the group by option. We'll look at creating a pivot table, charting your report, and also adding that report to a performance center. Megan will take us through that.
Okay, let's now look at custom reports. So within Advanced, you've got the ability to create a custom report with the custom report builder. So there's a number of reports that are available, but you can create your own. So if we go into custom report, we can start one from scratch, or we can select one of these areas. So we're just going to select the invoice report type, and we will create that. And then from there, I will select the reporting period. So we'll just go back to this financial year to date. And there's our listing. So from there, we will go to our columns. I'm just going to remove a couple of columns that aren't really adding much value. So we'll remove that, the date. We're also going to lose the opening balance as well as the shipping date. So a pretty fundamental little report here, a listing of our invoices. So that's fine. What we're now going to do, though, is we're going to group those invoices. So we've got some options to select from here, but I'm going to select by customer. So there we go. We've got a nice little grouping of by customer. You can edit the group calculations as well if you want to. We're not doing that in this session. Then what I'm going to do is look at that in a chart view. So that simply displays our invoices through the course of the weeks, I think. We're then going to go into a pivot table. And in my pivot table, I want the rows to be by customer. And I'm not selecting any columns in this instance. I'm just going to say I just want to see the amount. So I'm just summarizing everything by customer into this particular view. And from there, I can go into the chart view again and make some modifications with my fields over here to say, okay, let's have a look at this one by customer. And then I can see who I've been invoicing the most. Under my more actions, I can export that to a PNG file. I can also add it to the performance center. So if we like this particular graph and we want our customer to review it on a regular basis, it'll be added to the performance center, which you can reference under the reports area. And so we can see there the widget being added to our performance center. So that will continue to get updated automatically, and there's some other options there on how to deal with the widget should you need to.
Thanks, Megan. So how is the upgrade going? As you've noticed, most reports are now available in Modern View. You just got to look out for that page symbol next to the report title. This includes key reports such as the transaction list, profit and loss, balance sheet, and trial balance. We know that many of you continue to prefer Classic View. So if you prefer Classic View when working with those key reports like the profit and loss report, we will now retain your preference for the next 30 days. However, in the longer term, we will need to remove this option as the migration to the new platform is completed. We're continuing to work hard and make important usability improvements and close feature gaps, largely based on your feedback. Some recent highlights include the accounting method name added to the report footer. The non-multi-currency reports now show the currency only on totals and groups, as you've asked. And we now honor the account number preference and accounting method preference in reports. We want your feedback, so please continue to share your feedback. You can scan this QR code and complete a simple form to share feedback you might have. This will then be passed on to the development team for review. Thanks, and that's the update on Modern View reporting. Right then, let's have a look at some enhancements we've made to the bank feed. So accountants and bookkeepers have told us that they spend a huge amount of time in the bank feed posting transactions to the books for their clients. And this process is often manual and tedious and takes valuable time away from being able to perform other value-added activities for their clients. The goal of this new bank feed feature, this AI-powered transaction categorization, is really to help you become more efficient when performing these tasks. And this efficiency comes from a number of areas within this feature. Firstly, suggestions for categorizations are now more accurate than the category suggestions in the previous bank feed page. This is because the AI is leveraging and continuing to learn from details from the full bank description, as well as your transaction history from similar suppliers. In terms of suggestions for matching, this can now handle more complex one-to-many matches that the old bank feed did not. When seeing suggestions for payee, you can add that directly from an editable drop-down menu without leaving the bank feed. And importantly, you get explanations for each suggestion, giving you full transparency on why each suggestion was made, including examples of maybe previous transactions you've categorized for this particular supplier. From a user experience standpoint, you can easily edit fields inline, so you stay in the page and you can update, say, category, vendor, or supplier, class, location as you wish. And importantly, we've maintained all the capabilities of the old feed, including the ability to create rules, view categorization history, and more. Let's have a look at the demo.
Hello, I'd like to showcase the new features coming out with the AI-powered bank feeds in QuickBooks. As the name implies, there are all kinds of AI features that can help you get your bookkeeping done. The job of bookkeeping is usually to go through all your bank and credit card transactions and try to make 100 different decisions about what is the tax, who is the payer vendor, and what is the category. But sometimes you just don't have a lot of information to go off of. For example, I have this transaction here that just says IGA for $89.60, but I'm not sure how to categorize this transaction. This is where the new AI in QuickBooks come in to help. Anywhere where you see the sparkle, it's a sign that AI is working for you. So if I click on it, it tells me that IGA is a supermarket chain that offers groceries and household products. And if I click on the sparkle next to the category, it tells me that the top suggestion is staff amenities, based on the full bank description as well as my history. But say I want to know more about this category suggestion, I can click on more info, and I can see here that in the past, I had categorized these two IGA transactions as staff amenities. I can also see here that the AI is suggesting meals and entertainment as a category because IGA can be associated with meals. But it's not the top suggestion because of the transactions I've categorized in the past. This is all important information as we want to be consistent with how we categorize each transaction. So AI is working for you, trying to save you time and eliminate ambiguity. AI is also helping you match transactions like invoices and payments to any kind of money in transactions in your bank feed. For this transaction, there is one match suggestion. It's found one open invoice of the same balance, and I can say that this looks good and match the two. And in the case that there are multiple suggestions, I can click on the sparkle and it will show the details of each suggestion so that I can match it to the right one. So really trying to save you time using that AI to get work done. But the new bank feed isn't just about the AI features. There's also a lot that was done with the user experience. It's all about saving clicks and saving time. So in the old bank feed, anytime you do anything like make a category selection or vendor selection, add things like class, location, or attachments, you had to click and open up that transaction. And inside there would be all the dropdowns to make selections for those fields. But now you can do a lot of that inline right here without opening up that transaction. As you can see here, I can choose the GST, I can choose the from to, I can also choose the category. But these aren't the only fields you can inline edit. You can also customize the table and select more fields you want to see. For example, I'll add the location and it shows up right away. This has now become a field that I can make selections on without having to open up that transaction. This way, I can really quickly go through here and post a bunch of transactions. Ultimately, a lot of what the AI-powered bank feeds is doing is about eliminating confusion and saving you time to complete books faster.
Awesome. Let's have a closer look at category suggestions. So we've heard from accountants that the new AI engine's accuracy and ability to explain why it's making a suggestion are huge confidence boosters, even in cases when they disagreed with the suggestion. Seeing explanations for why the model suggested a category, match, or payee provides much needed transparency. In this example, the top suggestion is travel expenses. You can see the explanation given. The category fits best because the detail in the bank description is uber.com, which indicates that this expense was for Uber rides, which are typically associated with travel. At the end of the day, you maintain control of your client's books, and you can decide to leverage as much or as little of the AI in the bank feed as needed. Couple of frequently asked questions. Where are my AI suggestions? When QuickBooks has enough information to go on, it makes suggestions to help you decide how to manage a transaction. You've just got to look for that suggested by AI icon or sprinkles. Click on that and you'll get more details. Suggestions will improve over time. So keep going, even if you don't see many at first. In terms of how they work, when you have pending bank transactions, QuickBooks will suggest matches or categories when it has high confidence, helping you keep more consistent records. You'll also see multiple suggestions offered when there is ambiguity. From a release standpoint, we are looking to release this very soon, likely late August into September. You'll need to go to the bank transactions or banking page, and it will be gradually rolled out, and it will be an opt-in experience. That's it. I'll hand over to Megan.
Hello, everyone. As Kelly mentioned earlier, my name is Megan Wood. I head up product marketing for Asia Pacific, and today I am very excited to be providing you with an overview of an exciting innovation coming to bank feeds called open banking. So if you have a client with a bank feed connected to QuickBooks, this topic is going to be of interest to you. So let's start here. What is open banking? So open banking is part of Australia's consumer data right, or CDR, and aims to provide consumers with a greater control over their financial data, enabling them to access and share their data with accredited third parties to access better deals on everyday products and services. Now, when it comes to open banking aims to deliver the next generation in bank feeds that will enable consumers, and that also includes small businesses, with greater control over how their banking data is accessed, how it's used, and how it's shared with accredited third parties like Intuit. And by accredited, I mean accredited by the ACCC. So for those of you that have been on the open banking journey with us, you'll be pleased to know that Intuit is the only accounting software provider in Australia that has been approved by the ACCC as an accredited data recipient. Now, it is a bit of a big deal, but what does that really mean in terms of benefits for you and your customers? So importantly, our accreditation delivers that peace of mind around the security of the feed, as Intuit's accreditation means we comply with the strict security protocols that the ACCC requires for this accreditation. And it also means, though, that the experience of connecting an open banking bank feed is easier, as it can be set up in QuickBooks instead of using a third party with accreditation, which is what those software suppliers without accreditation will need to do. So how are these open banking bank feeds better than what you have today? So I think it's fair to say that all software providers experience issues with their bank feeds from time to time, and definitely Intuit QuickBooks is in that group as well. So the open banking bank feeds are a huge step forward for the following reasons. So firstly, when you connect a open banking bank feed, the data flows immediately. So no longer do you need to fill in forms and wait for that data to be approved and start flowing. The data flows immediately. And even with today's feeds, when they're connected, there is often a 24-hour lag. So this is instant data for more informed decisions. Next up, open banking is an Australian-wide initiative. So over 97% of banks provide open banking feeds, which means access to more banks for you and your clients. And if we've got anyone on the call that's been hanging out for Heritage Bank to be able to connect to QuickBooks, this is what's going to make that happen. It also means that we can get access to data from all bank account types as well. So feeds from credit cards, from loan accounts, from personal accounts, business accounts, they will all be made available through the open banking regime. You'll also have access to 24 months of prior data when you're setting up an open banking bank feed. That might be great for any of those rescue jobs or recovery jobs that you need to do. Or you may simply want to bring in that data so that you've got comparative data for this year, last year type reporting for your clients. Now, the essence of open banking bank feeds is that they're a direct connection between QuickBooks and the bank. And this is provided via a secure application programming interface or API connection with security overlays determined by the ACCC. So they are very secure. And also the open banking bank feeds are more secure in the way that they're actually set up. So due to the direct nature of the connection between QuickBooks and the actual bank, your clients can set up their connection without sharing any secure information like their account numbers or passwords, thereby infringing on any bank security T's and C's. And your clients get to revoke their permission to share the data at any time. So they are in complete control. So how do these open banking bank feeds work? Well, when it comes to the data flows into QuickBooks as it does today. So you won't see any changes there. What is slightly different, though, is the setup process. So it's still done within QuickBooks. However, your clients will need to import their ABN or their ACN number, as well as ensure any non-individual accounts like partnership accounts or company accounts have a nominated representative declared to share the data. And we'll guide them through that process to make it as simple as possible, but it is a requirement when they're getting set up. So when will open banking be available? I'm sure you're keen to know. Well, we're going to commence our launch plans next month. So this will be in the form of letting everyone know about QuickBooks and the benefits that these next-gen bank feeds will provide. We'll then recruit a group of users to help us test in the live environment. So we can do a lot of testing in what we call our pre-production environment, but once it is out in the wild, we need to make sure we can test it. So we will recruit a group of users to help us do that. We'll then go through that testing phase. And then assuming all of that goes well, we will then make it available to more and more customers as we ramp up. Now, in terms of the order of the banks that we will launch, we will commence with the big four, starting with Westpac, then National Australia Bank, CBA and ANZ, and then we'll roll out the remaining banks and financial institutions after that. So from here, what do you need to do? Well, please keep an eye out for the open banking email that's coming to you shortly. You'll receive this first, and then your clients will receive it shortly afterwards. And if you can, please register to attend the Open Banking Pro Power Hour so that you can get the latest information. And if you think it's appropriate, certainly feel welcome to discuss open banking with your clients. However, as I mentioned, we're going to be sending them communications as well to help out in that area. So some very exciting innovation coming our way in the form of bank feeds. I can't wait for this one, as I have no doubt it's going to save you time and help you provide more timely advice to your clients. So that's it for now. I'm going to hand you back to the team. Thank you. Bye for now.
As you might have seen, we've been furiously answering questions throughout the session. As a reminder, if you do have any questions, please pop them into the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen and we can answer a few questions in the remaining time we have left. I can see we have a question from Lucy. When will the AI be available? Great question, Lucy. Early access to the new interface will be launching this week, which is the first step and paves the way for additional automation and AI agents, which will be launching later this year. So you'll have the option to switch some or all of your clients to the new interface from this week, so you can get in early. And we have Matt asking when open banking will be available. So this is a project we're actively working on, Matt, and we aim to get the open banking bank feeds to you as soon as possible. We anticipate launching within the next month. And we have time for one more. Janet is asking about accuracy of the AI with the bank feeds. Great question, Janet. So look, the AI will continue to learn from you or your clients' interactions. So the more you allocate expenses and categorizations, the more the AI will learn and use that as the foundations for recommendations in the future. All of the interactions are controlled by you and or your client. So you can view the suggestions, you control what's getting accepted or not. And you'll start to see a lot more about this in the coming months when we talk about more about AI and how that works with human interaction. So AI is going to be like your digital teammates who work behind the scenes to make suggestions and keep things moving, all under your control. That's probably all the questions we have time for at the moment, but we will continue to answer the questions post this session as well. So please do feel free to add them in. So to make sure that you're up to date with all the latest enhancements, a quick reminder to check out the latest product update information by going to the product update page on the website, like the little GIF being displayed on screen. You can also head to intuit.me/product updates or scan the QR code on your screen. And that's it for today. Thanks for coming along to learn more about the latest innovations to QuickBooks Online. Thanks to all of our speakers for guiding you through the updates. We hope you found the session informative and now have a better feel for what's coming. Thanks again for attending and enjoy the rest of your day.